Holt International presents the Very Merry Christmas Tour, featuring new song, Audio Adrenaline, Sidewalk Prophets, Jason Castro, and special guest, Love in the Outcome. Share the gift of hope with your family and friends this season and enjoy one of Christian music's most beloved Christmas songs. Join New Song for the Very Merry Christmas Tour, featuring new song, Audio Adrenaline, Sidewalk Prophets, Jason Castro, and Love in the Outcome.
Presented by Fairfield Christian Academy at Fairfield Christian Church in Lancaster. December 11th at 7 p.m. Doors open at 6. Tickets at itickets.com. LancasterOhio.tv presents the Mid-State League Game of the Week, where Fairfield County high school athletes show their drive to succeed and their commitment to teamwork. This broadcast is a community service of Fairfield Media, high school media students and volunteers working hard to bring you the best in Mid-State League sports. Turn it on, crank it up. It's time for the MSL on LSM.
Welcome to Fulton Field. Tonight, it's the FCA Knights against the Fisher Catholic Irish. Hi, everybody. Jack Davis, along with Bob Campetti, and the FCA media team. Junior Collins kicked off, and Fisher Catholic will take over 1st and 10 on the 25. Faulkner is the quarterback. Bad snap. Faulkner falls on it. He's second and long at the 17.
Second and 18 from the 17-yard line.
Tyler. It's a short gain.
I don't know if we're going to do it since the game started. Your mics are up. I'll tell him to turn you up down there.
Thank you.
No gherkin right now. I'll come up before halftime to tell you.
3rd and 13 on the 22. Two wide receivers to the left and right. Faulkner gives to Kearns. We'll get to the 24, and it'll be 4th down for Fisher Catholic. Fourth and 11 at the 24 with 10:35 to go here in the first quarter. Here comes Zach Dryden, the punter, on.
No, we're not. But keep talking. You'll be able to hear it. Be able to hear yourself. Okay.
Dryden with a short punt, hits shy of the 50, gets a Fisher Catholic roll about the 36, and FCA will take over 1st and 10. Jeremiah Lee at quarterback. 10:01 to go here, first quarter of play. Ben Tobin, the deep back. Ryan Miller sets. Walker around left end, hits the 40. Cuts back 50. He may go. 30. Touchdown, Knights. No flags. Knights on the board with a quick 6. Jacob Walker had a long run last week, number of long runs last week.
Collins will be attempting the extra point.
Walker will hold. Snap, ball's down, kick is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 9:48 to go. First quarter of play. Knights lead Fisher Catholic by a score of 7-0 here in the Mid-State League Game of the Week on LSN. Mid-State League Game of the Week airs Sunday at 4 p.m. on Lancaster's TV. Time Warner Channel 9. Games are available on demand at lancasterohio.tv, powered by YouTube.
Yeah.
Collins will tee it up at the 40. Muckensturm back deep along with Jake Stoughton. It'll go to Stoughton at the 11. Across the 30 to about the 34, maybe the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for Fisher. Jared Faulkner, the quarterback, gives to Kearns up the middle, and he might have gotten a yard. Brought down by Joshua Coleman. No gain, will be 2nd and 10. Faulkner looking left. Throws, it is complete. Brody Taylor on the reception. That'll be enough for a first down. Faulkner on the option to Kearns around left end. He might have gained a couple. Ben Tobin on the tackle will bring up 2nd and 9. Evans crossed the 50 into FCA territory. Third down, 4 yards to go on the 47, 7:58 to go, first quarter of play. Faulkner to Muckensturm. He has enough for the first down. Driven out of bounds. Faulkner will be sacked for a loss. Brian Miller is there, along with Josh Coleman and Austin Mosley. Second and long at the 40.
Second and 16 from the 40.
Muckensturm in the slot to the left. Stoughton out wide left. Faulkner throws left side. It is caught by Muckensturm. About the 31-yard line. Fisher Catholic has a nice little drive going here. Faulkner to Kearns. Across the 30, about the 29, and it'll bring up fourth down. Faulkner throws right side, caught. Muckensturm on the reception. Josh Heater on the tackle. The Irish moved the chains. Kearns brought down by Heater. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 10 from the 18.
Faulkner across the middle, incomplete. Muckensturm, the intended receiver. Brian Miller there on the coverage. Third and 10. Faulkner, left corner of the end zone, it is incomplete. Austin Green on the coverage. Green nearly came down with the interception. Jeremiah Lee back there too, and that'll be a turnover on downs for Fisher Catholic. Good stop by the FCA defense with 4:12 to go here in the first quarter of play. Ben Tobin, lone setback. Walker around left end, driven out of bounds, shy of the 30. Jake Stoughton on the tackle.
Second and 2 from the 28 for the Knights.
Ben Tobin up the gut. Stopped by the interior line of the Irish. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 2 at the 28. Austin Beigel wide to the right. Walker around right end. 40. Still going. It's about the 47. First down for the Knights. 3:22 to go. First quarter of play. You didn't realize this was going to be a silent film, did you?
We'll get these problems worked out soon. Here we hope.
I'll keep talking, and we'll hear it. When we hear ourselves, we know we're on.
It's all good.
Here's some stuff if you can read it. Fisher's averaging 32 points a game offensively, giving up 37 defensively. FCA is averaging 31 points offensively and giving up 19. Okay. They got FCA's got a 5-game win streak.
Yeah, they've won 4.
They've won 4 in a row. Here's the standings. If you can read my chicken scratch. FCA and Fisher at 4-0. Harvest Prep at 3-2. The Eagles at 2-3. Burn Union 1-4. And here's the last 3 years. FCA's won the previous 3 meetings.
The last 3, yeah.
The last 3. So they're 3-0 in the series.
We'll hear ourselves here.
Yep. I'll just keep talking and hopefully we'll hear. 1st and 10 for the Knights. Walker in motion, gives to Ben Tobin off left guard. First down and more to the 35. Gentle Ben Tobin with a good gain. .310 to go here, first quarter of play. Beigel and Heater out wide to the right. Walker in motion. Gives to Walker. He'll scoot around right end. Cut back. May have a first down. See where they mark it. They do. First down. Knights. That play, they've run that play consistently the past few games, and Walker's broken off runs of like 50, 60 yards.
I've got Walker for 94 yards already, Jack, on just 4 carries.
Tobin. He's got a first down. He may go. Touchdown, Knights. Ben Tobin on a 24-yard carry.
Well, you can see once Ben got his momentum going there was just nothing to stop him, and Knights are up by 2 scores.
Ben Tobin led all the state of Ohio last year in rushing. So 2:25 to go, first quarter of play. 13-0 Knights with the point after to follow. Walker with the hold. There's a snap, ball down, kick is up, and the kick is no good, wide right. Timeout on the field with 2:25 to go. First quarter play, Knights take a 13-0 lead on the Mid-State League Game of the Week on LSN. Usually I'll read a spot here, but
yeah,
and then they'll show it on there too. But
I just texted him again, but
yeah,
not.
2:25 to go, first quarter of play. Knights are 3-0 in this series. It began in 2010. Even though these two teams are local, this is a home game for Fisher and a away game for FCA. They usually play their home games in New Lexington. Collins puts the boot into the ball. That'll travel out of bounds. And Fisher will get the ball in good field position. First at 10 for the Irish, down 13-0 here in the first quarter of play. Faulkner at quarterback. Kearns the lone setback. Faulkner swings it out left to Stoughton. It's hit and dropped. Brian Miller on the stop. Jeremiah Lee out there in coverage as well. We can't hear anything. Nothing. So it'll be 2nd and 9 on the 36 with 1:57 to go in the first quarter. Muckensturm in motion. Give to Kearns. And we got a penalty flag on the play. Well, back Fisher up 5 yards.
False start against the Irish. Makes it 2nd and 14 from the 31.
Faulkner throws long. It is caught. Josh Evans on the reception. First down for Fisher.
I just don't know if we're on or not here.
Muckensturm in motion. Kearns with the carry. No, that's Faulkner flipping to Muckensturm on the option. First down. Good fake there by Kearns to carry out the fake on the run. I'll move the chains.
You want to?
58.7 seconds to go. Bad snap. Faulkner will be sacked. They'll bring up 2nd and long with 45 seconds to go. Second and 19, they'll mark the ball at the 44. Faulkner, screen pass to Kearns, hit and dropped. Ben Tobin on the stop.
That was a nice open field tackle there, Jack. Kearns didn't have a chance to go downfield.
And with Fisher getting back to the line of scrimmage slowly, that might be the last play of the quarter. It is. Timeout on the field, 1 quarter in the books. FCA leads Fisher 13-0. The Mid-State League Game of the Week on LSN.
Fairfield Christian Church is honored to present An Evening with Randy Stonehill. Randy Stonehill, Wednesday evening, November 13th at 7:30. Bring a friend and enjoy the music. Bring a friend and enjoy the fun. Bring a friend and enjoy the inspiration of Randy Stonehill. This love offering concert is sponsored in part by WLRY 88.9 FM.
Back here at Fulton Field, Jack Davidson along with Bob Campetti and the FCA media team. FCA leads Fisher by a score of 13-0. It'll be 3rd and 22 at the 47-yard line.
It's a pretty good crowd tonight, Jack. I mean, considering for Lancaster anyway, it was trick-or-treat night. It's kind of a odd situation where you have trick-or-treat canceled actually on Halloween night, and then next thing you know, it's Saturday night, November 2nd, and here we go, huh?
Beautiful night for football. Game time temperature 47 degrees. Faulkner back to pass, looks over the middle. It is almost intercepted. Walker nearly came down with the pick. So this 4th down will bring out Zach Dryden and the punt unit for Fisher Catholic. Looks like Jake Stoughton is going to do the kicking tonight.
Jake with a big week last week, Jack, at down in Sugar Grove against Bern Union, both offensively and defensively, but Jake's quite a young athlete.
High snap. Ball will hit inside the 10. And that's a great punt.
It was. Did you see Jake? He's down. Okay, down it. Don't let it go any farther. They got all the way down to the 1. That was great coverage by the Irish.
11:43 to go first half. FCA up 13-0. Winner of this game wins the Mid-State League Cardinal division. Both teams 4-0 in the conference coming in tonight. FCA overall record is 6-3, and Fisher with an overall record of 4-5. FCA has won 5 games in a row. Fisher's won 4. 1st and 10 for the Knights at their own 1. Tobin still moving to the 4, maybe the 5. They'll lean across the 5 to the 6. That gives the Knights some space.
Nice effort there by Ben. Like you said, Jack, that'll give them a little more room to work with. Nobody likes to snap the ball on the 1-yard line.
2nd and 5 from the
2nd and 5 on to 6. Walker around left end. 10, 15, 16-yard line. 1st down. Jacob Walker has just burst out as and blossomed as a football player these last few games. He's been a good football player, but he's had numerous long runs against Harvest Prep. Tonight he's had a lengthy one.
Yep, he had a 64-yard dash, the very first play of the game for the Knights. So
last year, Jacob was primarily a pass receiver. There's Tobin, still moving. Good gain on 1st down.
Jacob's next carry, Jack, most likely will put him over the 100-yard mark already. He's got 5 carries for 98 yards right now.
I don't know if it's like this with Fisher, but FCA, they moved with a new coach this year. They moved the players around. Walker was a wide receiver last year. Now he's playing in that single wing on the right side. Well, let's take this time out. We'll tell you that Service Master Clean by Todd George sponsors the Mid-State League on LSN. Service Master Clean by Todd George, cleaning services for Fairfield County. They help you get clean and stay that way at work and at home. Service Master Clean by Todd George is proud to be a Six Sigma company, demonstrating their commitment to excellence and their promise to do the job right or do it over. Service Master Clean by Todd George, 740-687-1077. And the Yard Butler Lawn and Landscape Service is proud to serve Central Ohio communities with a full array of services designed to enhance any landscape. The Yard Butler is scheduling fall cleanups with affordable packages at 740-808-2580 or online at ohioyardbutler.com. 2nd and 4th to 22 with 10:21 to go. first half. Beigel out wide to the left.
22 for the Knights.
Miller in motion. Walker round left end. Great play there by Muckensturm to bring him down short of a first down.
Hayden Muckensturm also had a big game last week at Burn Union Jack, just a sophomore, so Coach Herbst is glad to have him on his roster for the next couple years.
This is really Ironman football, isn't it? When you play Division 7, these kids have to go both ways, and
it's very common. Yep.
Very common. It's great football. Tobin hit, and I might have gotten a first down.
Second effort might have got it, but we'll see. I think the
They're going to move the chains.
Looks like he's going to get it.
Fisher fans don't like it.
Now I think he second effort got it. It's a good call.
This drives. Go ahead.
You talk about these young kids going both ways. This is probably about the first week. Here we are, week 10, that the temperature has actually been football weather. They've played a lot of games this season with 70-degree temperatures.
Absolutely. There's Walker around right end. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle.
Wow.
30. May go. Cut back. 40. No flags. Jacob Walker. Touchdown, Knights.
73 yards, Jack. And I tell you what, that run was very similar, almost eerily so, than what he had in the first quarter, because he made that cutback. Brody Taylor was there, could have stopped him, and he made a great move on Brody, and he was in the clear, and nobody could catch him.
That's a 99-yard drive for the Knights.
4 plays.
Junior Collins to attempt the extra point. Walker will hold. He's probably just glad he's getting a breather. There's a snap ball down. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 8:57 to go. First half of play. Knights lead 20-0 here on the Mid-State League Game of the Week on LSN. Fairfield Christian Academy presents the Very Merry Christmas Tour with New Song, Audio Adrenaline, Sidewalk Prophets, Jason Castro, and Loving the Outcome on Wednesday, December 11th at 7 p.m. at Fairfield Christian Church in Lancaster, Ohio. More details at itickets.com. And you can help a child this Christmas packing a shoebox with school or hygiene items and small toys and delivering the packed box to Fairfield Christian Academy by November 15th. Packing ideas, labels, and more details at SamaritansPurse.org. Also, Randy Stonehill will be in concert Wednesday, November 13th at 7:30 p.m. at Fairfield Christian Church, a love offering concert sponsored by WLRY 88.9 FM.
Well, Fisher's going to have to do something to try to stop their running game. They've had 2 big plays, 60 yards or more, and if they want to try to get back into this game, they're going to have to figure out a way to stop their run.
Coach Herbst said that they had a 2-headed monster to try to stop this week in the forms of Ben Tobin and Jacob Walker. They knew going in that those were the 2 playmakers, and I imagine that makes it just doubly difficult for a defense. How do you key on one person? You can't.
That's what you were talking. You listened to the Ohio State game today. Purdue's defensive coaches were saying, "Who do you pick on the Buckeyes?"
That's right.
Which one of these weapons can I get?
Short kick goes out of bounds. So Fisher Catholic will take over in excellent field position. We'll mark the ball at the 35, 1st and 10. FCA has extra motivation to win this game, as if they do win, they will be in the playoffs for the 2nd year in a row. If they win, they can be the 7th seed, which means they would play Shadyside on the little community on the Ohio River. There's Kearns with a pitch, and he's dropped.
Well, they'll pick up enough points, certainly, because Fisher was coming into this game with 4 wins in a row. They're going to give them enough points to, like you said, put them in.
Bealsville came in as the 7th ranked team. South Gallia was 8th, and FCA was 9th. And according to Joe Idle's computer projections, if FCA wins, they will be the 7th seed and play Shadyside next week, next Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Shadyside is just south of Martins Ferry. Play action, Faulkner steps up. It's going to be hit. There's a pitch to Kearns, and he's going to be dropped. Good pressure by the FCA defense. Ben Tobin on the stop.
I think it's something that makes your coaches probably blood pressure go up, but that was a good play by Jared. It was a pretty safe little pitch, and Kearns was right there, and even though he didn't get any more yardage out of the play, it could have turned into something. That was a nice heads-up play. It was
good
Jared.
Awareness. Good awareness.
Very athletic play.
So 3rd and 20 at the 25. And we got a penalty flag.
It's going to be a false start, I believe, Jack, on Fisher.
Seven minutes, 30 seconds to go. As the officials confer, tonight's officials: John Evans, Chad Jenkins, Dave Weaver, John Darrow, and Rick Kessler. That'll be on FCA.
That turned into be a big penalty.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 now. Faulkner, right side, overthrows his intended receiver, Josh Evans. And that'll bring up a 4th down. A punting situation for Fisher. Stoughton will stand at about his own 24-yard line, and Tobin and Collins back deep for the Knights. Good snap. Driving kick. Collins calls for a fair catch, loses it, and Fisher recovers.
Here's your break that the Irish needed. A terrific punt by Faulkner and good coverage.
1st and 10 for Fisher. That's the break they needed to get back in this game.
Well, with only 7 minutes to go, they could put a score on the scoreboard here going into half and hold this Knight offense to give them a chance.
First and 10 for the Irish. Faulkner on the option, pitches to Kearns. Hit, spins, dropped at the 25-yard line. Loss of 5, it'll be 2nd and 15.
Loss of 5, 2nd and 15 from the 25.
That was a pretty good punt by Jake. That was about a 45-yard in the air.
Yes, it was. Faulkner throws over the middle. It is caught. Great catch there by Brody Taylor.
Here's another one of the Irish that's been coming on the last few weeks. He started the game off last week against Burn Union with a pick 6, and he's definitely been a go-to guy with his height. Definitely been a good guy to look for Jared.
3rd and 4th to 14. Play action. Faulkner over the middle. Caught by Stoughton.
And he fumbled the ball. I think the Knights got it.
Walker says that the Knights have it, and they do. Heater comes up with the fumble. Big turnover for the Knights defense with 5:46 to go here in the first half. See what the Knights do here. They started last drive at the 1. Now they start at the 3.
Now they're all the way up at the 3. So this is, starting to mist a little bit too.
Well, there's a chance of rain tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, Bob, it's a great night for football.
That's just
and
nice.
Fulton Field is in great shape too.
Their groundskeeper here, Brad Roush, has done a terrific job.
Tobin's got a big hole, still moving to the 9-yard line. You think about how much play this field has gotten over the course of the season with Lancaster and Fisher. It's in remarkable shape.
Well, and the athletic director here for Lancaster last night was telling us that there's other sports that are played here too, with soccer, and for week 10, and with all the rain we've had in the last couple of weeks, this field looks great.
2nd and 4 at the 9, 5:15 to go. Lee gives to Tobin. He's got a hole. Across the 15 to the 16.
Nice open field tackle there by Logan Gordon. That's about the only way you can tackle Ben Tobin.
4:55 to go, first half. Walker picks a hole. Round left end across the 20-yard line to about the 21.
Might be a hold on the left side here. That's exactly what it is. I see the head official. And I don't know, honestly, if the penalty really helped him that much. It was kind of behind the ball.
Well, mark it off 10.
Dock in the back against the Knights.
And it'll be marked at the 5-yard line. First down for the Knights. They have to go to the 17. Now check that. They have to go to the original line of scrimmage was 17. They have to go to the 26 or 27. Tobin hits the 10-yard line. I don't think we've seen a pass tonight from FCA.
Well,
it's all been running plays. Last week against Harvest Prep, it was predominantly running plays till about midway in the third quarter, and they surprised everyone and threw a pass for a touchdown.
They mixed it up in the second half, huh? Well, their running game certainly is working. Their front line's doing a great job creating the holes, and then the backs are doing the rest. Very strong offensive line for the Knights.
This is a veteran offensive line, too.
Well, it shows.
Tobin still going. Wow. He's got a first down, or he'll be close to a first down. Depends when they mark it. And they will move the chains. 3:10 to go. First half of play.
I really like to watch Ben run. If he's got blockers, great. If he doesn't, he just runs the same. Strong young man.
Tobin still moving the pile, and he's got he's gained maybe 2 on that. FCA's got a nice little counter punch there with Caleb Waltz, who hasn't seen any action yet as a running back. We got timeout Fisher with 2:42 to go here in the first half of play. Knights lead 20-0 over Fisher. Central Ohio General Surgeons are physicians who have advanced training that allows them to perform invasive procedures for their patients. At Central Ohio General Surgeons, your appointment includes time for examination and discussion So you can feel free to ask questions at any time. Central Ohio General Surgeons can be contacted at 740-654-6213. We thank them for supporting the Mid-State League Game of the Week on LSN. Fairfield Christian Church has served Lancaster for the past 40 years at the corner of Columbus and Whittier Streets near the River Valley Mall. Sunday morning services are at 9 and 10:30. Trevor Littleton is currently exploring Deep Blue Faith. Visit them online at fairfieldchristian.org. And also, Redeemer Lutheran Church and yours truly served the Lancaster area for over 50 years, located at 1400 Concordia Drive in Lancaster. Sunday services at 10:15. You can also listen to Redeemer Reflections Monday afternoons at 4:35 on WFCO. Lutheran Hour also sponsored by Redeemer Lutheran Church at 8:30 p.m. Sunday evenings. Visit the church online at redeemerlancaster.org. 2:42 to go, first half of play.
Second and 8 from the 28.
Tobin. He's got a seam. He's got a lane down the left sideline. Brought down.
Brody Taylor caught up with him. Nice tackle, but again, another nice run by Ben.
Taylor tracked him down. Tobin ran to the 38. Austin Beigel wide to the left. Heater in motion. Gives to Heater. He'll gain a couple. Second and 8 on the 36.
The umbrellas are starting to come out. Mike tried to push one in here before the halftime.
Clock's at 1:45 and counting. Beigel wide to the left. Heater in motion. Tobin met in the backfield and dropped.
Nice play there. Good pursuit. Jacob Burley came flying through the line, timed that perfectly. You see more and more linebackers trying that, where they just try to time the count, and on snap they're already in the backfield, and that's what happened there for the Knights.
Great play by Burley. It'll bring 3rd and 9 at the 37. Walker, he's got a lane. 20. Knocked out of bounds. First down, Knights. So Jacob Walker is well over 100 yards now.
He's nearing 200. I've got him down for 180, and we've got a minute to go in the first half. But that time you saw he knew he could get to the sideline there and get the first down. Didn't need to cut back, and made the right decision to keep it on the outside.
61 seconds to go, first half of play. Tobin bowls his way across the 15 to about the 14. 50 seconds to go. Clock still running. Now Knights take a timeout. Timeout, 44.7 seconds to go. This week with Sheriff Dave Phelan on Lancaster Time Warner Channel 9 has great guests and important information this week with Sheriff Dave Phelan. Mondays at 11 and 4, Tuesdays at noon and 9 on Lancaster Community TV, available online at lancasterohio.tv. Lancaster Perspective with Mike Miller on Lancaster Time Warner Channel 9. You can find perspective on Lancaster business, events, and Lancaster treasures in a relaxed, casual conversation with Mike Miller. Lancaster Perspective on LSN, Lancaster's Community TV, available online at lancasterohio.tv. And the Road to Recovery with Fairfield County Recovery Center is also on Lancaster Time Warner Channel 9. This weekly show is about drug addiction recovery and hosted by Steve Rao and Tricia Farr. Road to Recovery, Mondays at 11:15 and 4:15, Tuesdays at 12:15 and 9:15 on Lancaster Community TV, available online at lancasterohio.tv. 2nd and 9 at the 14. And we have a penalty flag, and that might be on the left side of the FCA offense.
And they're going to call a false start. That'll just take them back 5 yards, so still just 2nd and 14.
So 2nd and 14 now.
This will really put a dagger in Fisher's hopes if they can put it in here right before half. You go up by 4 scores.
It's a tough road to hoe.
It is a tough one.
Walker to the 10. Inside the 10 to about the 9. Clock is running. 36 seconds to go.
Clock running. Got to get back to the line.
30 seconds. Tobin to the 5, to the 4, to the 3. The Knights will hurry to the line. 16.4 seconds to go.
Clock stops on the first down. Clock running.
Ben Tobin is short, and we got a timeout with 6.8 seconds to go. I want to thank our sponsors for their support of today's game. Committed to helping Fairfield Media provide community broadcasting for Fairfield County. They appreciate hearing that you enjoy the programming that they support. We thank them for supporting the Mid-State League Game of the Week on LSN. Of course, Bob, you've been involved with Interphase Video for a number of years. Why don't you tell us a little bit how Interphase is doing? You started the company, right?
Yep, I did back in 1989, Jack. And we enjoy doing high school football games and high school basketball games just like what you're seeing here tonight. And JT and his crew does a fantastic job as well. And I know the community certainly appreciates being able to watch contests like this, especially for those that, you know, they can't come out, and or do they want to come out on a night like this?
Well, you know, you started Interphase Video. It's all about being a part of the community, isn't it?
It really is, and it's again, we enjoy bringing things into people's living rooms, whether it be Christmas Parade, which is coming up here in a few weeks. We'll be broadcasting that live this year, and as well as a lot of community programming.
Tobin up the gut, still moving, and they're going to call a timeout with 1.2 seconds to go.
Got to give Ben credit there for his second and even third effort, but after the third effort, it's like, you know what, I better just go down because we want another play. And the Knights had a timeout to use, so they used it with 1 second to go. Nice stop by the Irish, but Fairfield Christian does have another shot at it here.
So that's the last timeout for FCA. And terrific clock management, right?
It really was.
2 seconds to go, and you're
I'm sure the coaching staff was like, after he realized he was stopped, like, go down. We appreciate those second and third efforts, but.
So let's talk a little bit more about Interphase Video. You got the Christmas Parade coming up. Any other projects in the hopper?
This weekend we're going to be covering, or I should say this next weekend, we're going to be covering the Ohio Athletic Conference girls volleyball final. Right now they're down to the Final Four. We've got Mount Union, we've got Otterbein, Ohio Northern, and Heidelberg. So one of those 4 schools will be visiting next Saturday.
Tobin for the touchdown as time expires.
Wow.
So 20-0 now becomes a 26-0 score for FCA with the point after to follow.
Hi, Jack. We can hear now.
We can hear.
Those of you at home, that's funny.
We haven't been able to hear ourselves for the whole first half, and
must have taken 4 scores.
That's why Bob said, "Oh wow," because we got blown out. Here's the point after. Walker holds. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So at halftime, FCA leads Fisher by a score of 27-0. Let's talk a little bit about the first half because we want to cover the Fisher band here at halftime. What's your impressions of the first half? Who would you say would be a key player for both teams? First of all, how about the FCA?
Well, I think hats off, first of all, to their offensive line. I mean, we're talking about what our two backs are doing here, but without them, I mean, it's been a story of big plays, honestly. Fisher's done a nice job keeping them contained, but then every once in a while, you know, we've seen a 73-yard run, a 64-yard run, and then, you know, pushing into the end zone here right before half. Their offensive line is clearly making a statement in controlling the line.
How about for Fisher?
I think Fisher started off a little slow. You know, they had a couple 3-and-outs, but then Jared moved him down the field, had 3 first downs on their second drive, and had a tough break, honestly. This score could be possibly 20-7 going into halftime, but the nice pass that he had to Jake Stoughton on the 3-yard line, and Jake couldn't hold on, and FCA recovered it, and that turned into, you know, another 98-yard drive. So they've had a 99-yard drive, a 97 or 98-yard drive. They've controlled the ball, I'm going to say probably about 75-80% of the time here in this first half.
So for this final game of the season, a true rivalry game as the two small schools in Fairfield County do battle at Fulton Field. It's FCA leading Fisher by a score of 27-0. Here's the Fisher Catholic Marching Band. Enjoy the show. We'll be back after halftime.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burnt.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger.
I don't grill it.
You wouldn't do it there.
Gotta be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
So FCA starts 1st and 10 now on their own 27. Lee at quarterback. Tobin is the setback. Walker around left end. Hit and dropped. Good play by Muckensturm to come up to make the play.
Hayden, for just a 5'7", 145-pound sophomore, he is a big-time football player. He's been showing that all year and made a nice tackle there.
We'll bring up 2nd and 11 on the 26. Austin Beigel to the top of the screen. And we got timeout FCA. 11:16 to go, third quarter of play. FCA leads 27-0 here on LSN. Service Master cleaned by Todd George. Cleaning services for Fairfield County that help you get clean and stay that way at work and at home. Service Master cleaned by Todd George is proud to be a Six Sigma company, demonstrating their commitment to excellence and their promise to do the job right or do it over. Service Master cleaned by Todd George, 740-687-1077. Also, the Yard Butler Lawn and Landscape Service is proud to serve Central Ohio communities with a full array of services designed to enhance any landscape. The Yard Butler is scheduling fall cleanups with affordable packages. 740-808-2580 or online at ohioyardbutler.com. I don't know about you, Bob, but I got to do my lawn full of leaves.
I tell you, I mowed this afternoon, and we don't have a single tree in our backyard, but we're full of leaves. You know how that works?
Tobin up the gut. First down and more. Ben still moving.
There are 6 defenders for Fisher trying to bring Ben down. I just admire a runner like that just can carry a pile. You couldn't even see Ben run down the field, just the defenders. Great, strong run by Ben.
1st and 10 at the night 49. Austin Beigel at the top of the screen. Tobin off right guard, close to a first down.
I think they're going to give it to him, looks like. Yep. Another first down for the Knights.
FCA came in 3-0 in the series, beating Fisher 28-13 in 2010. In 2011, they won 26-7, and last year they beat Fisher by a score of 19-14. Tobin across the 40 to about the 39, 2nd and 9. FCA and Fisher came in tonight tied for first place, 4-0 in the Mid-State Cardinal Division.
Both teams on a win streak too, Jack, as you mentioned, with Fairfield Christian winning 5 in a row and the Irish winners of their last 4.
Tobin.
Huge hole. Closed quickly, didn't it?
It did.
I thought I could run through that for a minute, and then there they were.
I tell you, these kids are so quick. Good athletes on both sides of the ball. 3rd and 4. Tobin. That'll be enough for a first down.
You mentioned a lot of these kids going both ways, but really, you look at the sidelines on both sides, with just about 15 kids on the sideline, but everybody, I'm going to say about 9 to 10 of these kids goes both ways. Because the uniforms on Fisher's side look pretty clean right now, so you know these kids are playing both sides of the ball.
Walker. Great play by Muckensturm.
Again, young man just amazes me week in and week out. As you look at his size, you would think, football, really? And good pursuit.
2nd and 13. Now Walker and Beigel will be out wide to the left. Miller wide right. Tobin. Across the 20. Maybe enough for a first down.
You're right, 4th first down of this drive, so the Knights doing just what they want to do here in the second half, taking some time off the clock and moving the football.
I'll tell you, when you run a football like this, it makes for a quick game, doesn't it?
On a nice chilly night too. That's you won't get any argument from these fans.
Like you said, Bob, it's a nice crowd on both sides.
Well, they can go home and have all their candy from their children's trick-or-treat night, so it's a good night.
Tobin off left guard to about the 15. Yeah, it's trick-or-treat night tonight. Had to drive carefully because there are a lot of ghosts and goblins out on the streets.
That was a good decision, I think, when I heard that Thursday afternoon. Even though Friday or Saturday night's not typically a good night, but it was better than Thursday night, that's for sure.
Second and 7. Walker around left end.
Josh
Spun
Evans.
Down.
My goodness.
Nice play. Evans there and Muckensturm on the stop. Evans shot through that gap.
Josh had a real nice game against Harvest Prep. The kid was all over the place, both sides of the ball, but especially defensively. He is a strong, quick young man. Good baseball player, too.
3rd and 5 now at the 13. Tobin still moving. Touchdown. No, they're going to mark him down at the 1.
Boy.
The sideline official called the touchdown.
Yep. You got to admire his just drive to the goal. You could tell he smelled it. I mean, he got there and he reached out and held the ball over the goal line, and just love to watch that kid run.
33-0 FCA with the point after to follow. Walker will hold. Collins puts it up, and it is good. 6:19 to go, third quarter of play. FCA leads 34-0 over Fisher on the Mid-State League Game of the Week on LSN.
Jack, we'd like to remind our viewers, Fairfield Christian Academy presents the Very Merry Christmas Tour with New Song, Audio Adrenaline, Sidewalk Prophets, Jason Castro, and Love and the Outcome on Wednesday, December 11th. Happens to be my birthday, between you and me, at 7 p.m. at Fairfield Christian Church, right here in Lancaster. You can get more details on that at itickets.com. Fairfield Christian Academy's Very Merry Christmas.
If you give me your address, I know you want a card and money.
Yes, exactly. Send food. Also, help a child smile this Christmas. Pack a shoebox with school or hygiene items and small toys. You can deliver the pack box to Fairfield Christian Academy by November 15th. Packing ideas, labels, and more details at SamaritansPurse.org.
Collins tees the ball up at the 40. Muckensturm and Stoughton back deep. Junior driving kick, and that will go out of bounds. And the Irish take over 1st and 10. Mark the ball at the 35-yard line.
If you're a Knight fan, Jack, they did just exactly what you want to do. A nice sustained drive to start the second half, put some points on the board, and more importantly, take some minutes off the clock.
And they have yet to throw a pass yet in this game. They threw one against Harvest Prep, and that went for a touchdown. Faulkner, quarterback. Going long. Incomplete. Muckensturm was the intended receiver. Austin Green back there in coverage.
It's a good pass. You could tell Jared just didn't quite have his hand on the ball. It kind of slipped out, and he kind of re-gripped it and then let it loose and just overthrew him a little bit. Congratulations also, Jack, to Jared's father, Jack Faulkner. He was named the Fisher Catholic baseball coach for this next season a couple weeks ago.
Outstanding.
Congratulations to Jack.
Kearns hit by Caleb Walds and brought down after a short gain. Didn't he used to coach the girls basketball team too?
He did. Yep, he sure did. In fact, I coached a few years with Jack on the JV level and varsity at Fisher girls basketball, and enjoyed that. And now I'm sure he's anxious and eager to get back. Jared's quite a young pitcher too. I got to see him pitch last year, so should be a fun season for the Irish.
I tell you, Jack Faulkner, you don't get any better than that as a coach and as a human being. Good man. Faulkner back to pass, throwing long. Intended for Muckensturm. Just slightly overthrown out of bounds. You had Jeremiah Lee on the coverage. Set that up nice. You're saying it was quite a baseball pitcher, and he uncorked a nice throw there.
Yeah, nice little fastball down the field.
4th and 6 at the 39. Stoughton into punt. Tobin and Collins back deep for the Knights. They'll stand together in dual safety at about their own 26-yard line. There's a fake.
Jake's got a lane.
Stoughton into the 45, and that should be enough for a first down.
One thing Jake Stoughton will give you is speed, and he showed it right there.
And that was there. That's been there all night. That last punt that Jake had to knock the Knights back deep, he could have ran that one for a while too.
And I'm not sure if that play was actually called from the get-go. Did you notice? He just
hesitated a little bit.
I could get this, and
it was a good decision, good play. Faulkner back to pass, looks, throws over the middle, is intercepted. Austin Green to the 40. Knocked out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. First down for the Knights.
Great throw by Faulkner, but if you notice, number 10, Evans just slipped, and there was no receiver there to be had, and I don't want to say an easy pick, but if you're on the defense, you like those kind of plays when your receiver's out of the picture.
So they'll mark him down at the 35, 1st and 10 for the Knights.
1st and 10 for the Knights from the 35-yard line.
Heater, round right end. 30. About the 29, maybe the 28.
Second and 3. 2nd and 2 from the 27.
Tell the Fisher defense tired. They got their hands on their hips.
They've been on the field a lot this game.
Tobin. Across the 25. It should be enough for a first down.
And with a couple of runners like Ben and Jacob coming at you in that offensive line, there's just really no relief in sight for the Irish. And
we're not keeping stats as time of possession, but the Knights have had it a long time tonight, haven't they?
Yeah, they really have. Nice, long, sustained drives, too. And on a good running team, that's exactly what you like to see.
1st and 10 at the 35. 3:55 to go, 3rd quarter. Ben Tobin. Bring up 2nd and about 7. If this score holds, the Knights will be playing next weekend in the Division 7 Region 25 playoffs. Potential opponent Shadyside. Heater, round right end. 15, bounces off a tackler, 5, touchdown.
Wow, what a run. He showed he could get to the outside, and then he had a burst of speed, and then dove it in for the score. Great run.
Joshua Heater, 5'11", 190-pound sophomore.
He really showed nice explosiveness, Jack, right when he got to about the 10-yard line. There were 2 Irish defenders on each side of him, and he just shot through them.
40-0 for the Knights with the point after to follow. Walker to hold. Junior Collins lines it up. There's the spot. The kick is up, and it is good. 3:07 to go. 3rd quarter play. FCA leads Fisher 41-0 on the Mid-State League Game of the Week on LSN.
Redeemer Lutheran Church and my partner in crime here, Dr. Jack Davidson, have served the Lancaster area for over 30 years, located at 1400 Concordia Drive here in Lancaster, with Sunday services at 10:15. Redeemer Lutheran Church is online at redeemerlancaster.org.
This is my favorite day of the year. I get an extra hour to prepare my sermon.
That's right. Everybody turn those clocks back tonight.
You just hope that the congregation wakes up when you preach it.
Also, Central Ohio General Surgeons are physicians who have advanced training that allows them to perform invasive procedures for their patients. At Central Ohio General Surgeons, your appointment includes time for examination and discussion, so please feel free to ask questions at any time. Central Ohio General Surgeons can be contacted at 654-6213. Thanks to them for supporting FCA Sports.
Collins tees it up at the 40. Line drive kick. Fielded by Evans. Breaks a tackle. Another tackle. Still going. Great return. Good field position for Fisher Catholic on this drive.
Yeah, that was a nice return. And at this point, with 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, you just want to do some things positive. I mean, the game's out of reach, but You don't want to hang your heads, and just looking for something positive to even build upon for next year. Senior night here for Fisher Catholic, and we'll go through some of the seniors on both squads here before the night's over.
Oh, what a great idea. Fisher honored all their fall sports seniors before the game. There's a pass that is incomplete. Stoughton, the intended receiver. Heater on the coverage.
I think Heater just deflected that ball enough to distract Jake and made a good defensive play there.
Second and 10 at the 44, 2:50 to go here in the third quarter. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Kearns the lone setback. Kearns gets it up the gut. About the 48-yard line. Gain of 4. Bring up 3rd and 6. Caleb Waltz with the pressure, and Faulkner is sacked by Ben Tobin.
Great pursuit by Ben, and really a good decision by Faulkner. He almost threw it, but there was really nobody open, and that was a good decision to bring it in.
What closing speed by Ben Tobin.
Oh.
Caleb Waltz made that play just with his initial pursuit. Of course, you'll be hearing the golden tones of Caleb Waltz with me on the basketball side. What a great young man. 4th and long. Collins fields it and is dropped at the 33. 1:33 to go, third quarter of play. Knights lead 41-0. Fisher came in tonight averaging 32 points per game offensively, giving up 37 on the defensive side. The Knights came in averaging 31 points per game offensively, giving up 19. Heater loses his footing and will be dropped for a loss.
Yeah, that play really never developed. The handoff was kind of iffy, and then, like you said, he lost his footing and went down.
Second and 11 at the 32. B.J. Queen, coach of FCA in his first year at FCA. Looks like he'll come home with a Mid-State Cardinal championship and an appearance in the playoffs.
It's a nice reward your first year.
Tobin crosses the 35. So I'll bring up 3rd and about 8 with 40 seconds to go.
There's your pass, Jack.
And incomplete to Jacob Walker. Play action. That might be the one pass we see tonight from FCA. 13 seconds to go, and this will be the first punt of the night for FCA. And let's see, it looks like Austin Green will be doing the punting honors. Lane Tobin is injured. Good snap. Nice punt. Hits at the 40. Bounces inside the 30.
Hayden picked it up.
And there he goes.
You've got to be kidding me. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
What a play.
That was amazing.
What a play.
The ball was just about ready to be down by the Knights, and he didn't down it. So Hayden said, hey, I'm going to pick this up and run to the outside for 65, 70 yards, and we're going to score.
That was a smart play. It's a gutsy play, too.
It is very risky.
But he had the left sideline all open, and just like that, with no time on the clock, with third quarter winding down, Fisher is on the board. It's now 41-6.
It's a Jack Buck that said, I can't believe what I just saw.
That's right.
That's
why we cover high school sports, right? It's something new. There's a fake. Stoughton throws, end zone, incomplete.
They've run that play before. They did that successfully a couple times the last few weeks, but yeah, good for the Irish. Nice little play there by Hayden Muckensturm to kind of bring this crowd to life and give the Irish something to cheer about.
So at the end of 3 quarters of play in the Mid-State League Game of the Week, FCA leads Fisher 41-6. We'll be back after this.
Ohio Christian University offers accredited, career-focused undergraduate and graduate degree programs for busy adults. Classes are convenient, offered online or evenings and weekends at our 12 locations. OCU will prepare you for your next step and help you discover your higher purpose.
We invite you to attend Ohio Christian University.
Give me the circle.
Back here, start of the fourth quarter. FCA leads Fisher by a score of 41-6, along with Bob Campetti and the rest of the FCA media team. Jack Davidson here. Last quarter of play in the regular season for both teams. There's the onside kick. Fielded by FCA, and they'll start at their own 39. Bob, why don't you go over the Fisher Catholic seniors here, as it is senior night.
Yeah, they honored all the seniors from all the fall sports here before the game. Our public address announcer Carlton Ryder had quite the list, I know, before the game. But as far as the football players, we'd like to congratulate the following 7 seniors: Josh Evans, Brody Taylor, Jake Stoughton, Sam Kungler, Luke Smeltzer, Logan Gordon, and Grant Stewart. And then there's a couple of senior cheerleaders, Ashley Forsyth and Sarah Huff. Congratulations to these young men and women.
Walker with the carry across the 40 to about the 41. We'll give you the FCA seniors here momentarily. Bring up 2nd and 8. FCA seniors, we have Junior Collins, Jacob Walker, Brian Miller, Lane Toman, Ben Tobin. I'll give you some more after this play. Ben Tobin with the carry. Still moving the pile. Now he's driven back. You know, senior lineman Austin Mosley, Josh Coleman. Those are your seniors for FCA. Congratulations to those young men, and we wish them well in their future endeavors.
Definitely, and excited for those young men to have another week of football. Hopefully more.
10:50 to go here in the ball game. Walker, first down, driven out of bounds. Might have a slight mist, little drizzle falling now.
Yep.
Some folks have their umbrellas out. Thank goodness we're in the booth.
Say week 10, and this is probably one of the first times they've had the hot chocolate sales go up.
Tobin. Make it about 2nd and 7. Tell you, there was one game we played covered down at Miller. This was probably about 3 years ago, and they put us on top of the press box, and we could actually see the floor of the press box. we just looked over our shoulder, and there's a big hole in the roof.
Oops. Don't go too close to that. My goodness.
It's great to be here at Fulton Field in their 50th year of existence. Tobin around right end. Bring up 3rd and short. I tell you, Fulton Field's seen some great football over the years, some great football teams, great football players.
Last night, the Gales, of course, lost to their rival, the Newark Wildcats, but that game, that was their first and only win of the season for Newark. They had nothing to lose and everything to play for, and boy, they came out here fired up.
And they let it all out, didn't they?
They did.
They didn't look like an 0-9 team.
No. I tell you, I've never seen a young man, their quarterback, he could throw the ball, couldn't he?
Yes, he could. Here's Tobin, round right end. He's got a first down, close to the 30. FCA still keeps moving the ball. Of course, when you have this small of a squad, you really can't put in the second string because you don't have much of a second string. It's
no.
What you have is who you play. Ball marked at the 31. There's the first carry of the night for, I think that was Caleb Waltz. Yes, it was. Caleb got a carry.
Nice clean jersey. And the Knights certainly don't want to have anybody go down, but now that they've got a week 11 on their agenda, certainly want to keep everybody healthy for the remainder of this game.
I imagine this is a fine line for the coaching staff. You want to be sharp, get the players some reps, but you want to keep them healthy too. Here's Waltz, another carry over the 25. It's about the 24, maybe the 23, 3rd and short.
They're sending Ben Tobin in motion right in front of him as a nice decoy too. Half the Irish defenders were following him, and
so
3rd and 3 for the Knights at the 24-yard line. 7:35 to go in the ball game. Heater around left end. He's going to be short of the first down. Will bring up 4th and short, and this may be 4-down territory.
Well, Josh has good speed too, coming on the outside like that.
4th and 1 from the 22.
He's had a nice game tonight.
Yes, he has. So Austin Beigel will be wide right. Caleb Waltz, the lone setback. Give to Ben Tobin, breaks a tackle, has a first down across the 20 to about the 19, maybe the 18. That'll move the chains.
Again, these long, sustained drives for Fairfield Christian. I mean, we're only got 6 minutes to go here in the quarter, but the Irish didn't even have, you think about it, they scored, but the offense didn't have the ball. It was on the punt, so this defense has just been out there the entire time tonight.
Tobin and all set. Now he moves.
Gonna go again.
Waltz breaks a tackle and still moves. Dives for a couple.
In fact, Jack, I don't know if Fisher's offense has run a play this quarter.
I think you're right. I don't think they have. This has been a 6-minute and 10-second drive for the Knights, because the Irish scored right at the conclusion of the third quarter. And there's Caleb Waltz across the 10-yard line. just short of the 9. We'll see if they'll mark it first down. No, it's going to be just short. The ball's on the other side of the 10, so it'll be 3rd and a long 1. Again, 4-down territory for the Knights. Caleb Walds may have enough for a first down.
Josh Evans was trying to tackle him with his jersey, and if he'd had the old tearaways, that might have been a touchdown.
They did away with those tearaways when Eric Metcalf was with the Browns.
You remember?
Oh, man.
21, that guy could fly.
He and Greg Pruitt had so many tearaway jerseys that were, they'd shred like paper.
Greg Pruitt, there's a blast from the past.
Yep. 4:41 to go in the ball game, and take this time out and tell you about a couple of our sponsors.
Fairfield Christian Church is serving Lancaster for the past 40 years at the corner of Columbus and Whittier Streets near the River Valley Mall. Sunday morning services are at 9 and at 10:30 a.m. Trevor Littleton is currently exploring Deep Blue Faith. You can visit them online at fairfieldchristian.org.
This week with Sheriff Dave Phelan on Lancaster Time Warner Channel 9. Great guests, important information on This Week with Sheriff Dave Phelan. Mondays at 11 and 4, Tuesdays at noon and 9 on Lancaster Community TV, available online at lancasterohio.tv. Also, Lancaster Perspective with Mike Miller on Lancaster Time Warner Channel 9. You can find perspective on Lancaster's business, events, treasures, and a relaxed, casual conversation with Mike Miller. Lancaster Perspective on Lancaster Community TV, available online at lancasterohio.tv.
And the Road to Recovery with the Fairfield County Recovery Center on LSN, Lancaster Time Warner Channel 9. This weekly show about drug addiction recovery is hosted by Steve Rao and Tricia Farr, as they score a touchdown, Jack.
Josh Heater on the 9-yard run.
But you can watch Road to Recovery Mondays at 11:15 and 4:15, Tuesdays at 12:15 and 9:15 on LSN, on Lancaster Community TV, and also available online at lancasterohio.tv.
So that makes it 47-0 for the Knights with the point after to follow. They've missed 1 point after tonight. This is to make it 48-0. Good snap, ball's down, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field, 4:35 to go in the ball game. Knights lead 48-6 over Fisher on the Mid-State League Game of the Week on LSN. I want to remind you, too, that Randy Stonehill will be in concert Wednesday, November 13th at 7:30 p.m. at Fairfield Christian Church, located at 1965 North Columbus Street in Lancaster. The Love Offering concert sponsored by WLRY 88.9 FM. Today's game streaming live online at Lancaster, Ohio TV. Thanks to the high school media students from FCA. Today's game will be available online tomorrow at lancasterohio.tv. Look for it also on the Lancaster School Network this Sunday at 4 on Lancaster Time Warner Channel 9 this Sunday at 4 and online at lancasterohio.tv. You can go to fairfieldmedia.tv and see all the games archived from the past few seasons, football and basketball and volleyball. Fielded by Stoughton at the 20. And guess who made the tackle?
Who else?
It's like he shot out of a cannon. He and Muckensturm just have great closing speed, don't they?
Sure do. Yeah, he was 5-10 yards, actually probably about 10 yards behind Jake, and then just turned the jets on and made the tackle.
First and 10 for the Irish. Faulkner keeps it, 25-30. And he's run out of bounds. That'll be enough for a first down.
Nice little run by Jared there. And only the actual second possession for the Fisher Catholic Irish this quarter. That's amazing.
48-6. The Knights in control. And they will win their first Mid-State League Cardinal Championship. You know what's neat, Bob, is that this Mid-State Cardinal League now is all small schools.
And that's what's nice about it. I mean, you've got a school the size of Fairfield Christian, even Fisher for that matter, you know, with a chance now. And congratulations to the Knights. They'll be 5-0 after this.
Oh, Heater almost had the interception.
I don't know if he lost that in the lights or not, but his feet just slipped a little bit right before he tried to make a snag on that ball, and Jared just got a little too much under that one, and it hung up there.
2nd and 10 at the 35. Oh, we talked to Mr. Parker, the principal down at Burton Union, and I know Burton Union's been excited about this because he says, you know, now you're playing schools about the same size. You get a chance to compete for a conference championship in every sport, and that's neat.
That's the way it needs to be, really. I mean,
absolutely.
you want these kids to continue to go out and play these sports. You want to have a chance to win, and that's what this is going to do.
Kearns will run to the 36. It'll be 3rd and 9. I know that Burton Union was pushing for the, you know, one of the schools pushing for the matchups in the Mid-State Cardinal with all the small schools, and it's worked out well. And I think when we turn to basketball, you talk about baseball too, the games are going to be competitive and be some interesting matchups. Faulkner flushed out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw long. Incomplete.
Field must be getting a little with the mist. I mean, again, Josh slipped on that. That was a nice throw, throwing across his body for Jared, but Josh went down. The pass was a little short, but a lot of the players having trouble with their footing right now.
3 minutes to go in the regular season.
We've said this before, Jack, but boy, it seemed like a fast regular season, too.
Yeah, it has. Yes, it has. We've seen some good football from Lancaster and Fisher and FCA. Faulkner back to pass, flushed out of the pocket, throws long. It is caught.
Wow.
Muckensturm.
Tell you what, I really like that last play by Jared. He knew he was going to get hit the second he threw that ball. He hung on to it, and at the very last second threw it perfectly to Hayden Muckensturm, and nice play.
Hayden came back for it as well, too, and it was a good play on both sides.
Even when you're down 48-6, a play like that can carry you into next season. Yeah, I can do this, I can do that. Nice play.
Faulkner throws left side, incomplete. Muckensturm was the intended receiver. Jeremiah Lee and Josh Heater on the coverage.
Tell you something else I've been impressed about tonight. The fans on both sides, they have stayed through this entire game. I mean, it's a little chilly, it's misty, and good crowd for both sides.
Second and 10. Kearns up the middle, still going. And he may have enough for a first down. Let's see. They moved the chains.
Nice run by Ben. Ben had an amazing week last week at Burn Union. They couldn't stop him.
2:15 to go. Kearns.
He's got it.
He's got a lane. He may go. Touchdown, Irish.
Little delay, and the FCA defense went right, and Ben went left. Nice burst of speed there for Ben Kearns.
Comes at the 2:02 mark. of the fourth quarter. Makes it 48-12 with the point after to follow.
Again, Jack, just something positive for these Irish to take. I mean, Fairfield Christian's come in here tonight and played a great game. They're going to have week 11, and the Irish, even though it's a big defeat, they're just looking for something positive to take with them.
Zach Dryden with the point after. That's good. Timeout on the field. 2:02 to go in the ball game. FCA leads Fisher by a score of 48-13. I want to thank you for watching today's game. This sports production is presented by the high school media students at Fairfield Christian Academy. Students announcing, students on camera, students on graphics, students producing the game. Fairfield media students are learning teamwork and skills that'll last a lifetime. We thank you for enjoying today's production of the Mid-State League Game of the Week on LSN. On cameras today and behind the scenes, making Bob and I sound good and look good, Andrew Gerken, Sam Kandra, Harrison Poole, Tyler Hamill, Dane Alexander, Tyler Stevens, and of course our good friend who makes it all work, JT Burcham. That onside kick recovered by the Knights at the 50. 121 seconds to go. We're going to try to have some couple interviews for you after the game. We'll see how it works out. So don't go anywhere. Andrew Gerken is going to try to hustle, and of course he plays on the basketball team, so he can run people down.
He'll be getting geared up for his sprints or his suicides.
There you go. I think Coach Hooper has had him run a couple already. Walls on the carry. Bulls his way to the 46-yard line. 90 seconds to go. FCA will finish 7-3 on the season, 5-0 in the conference. This will be their first Mid-State League Cardinal Division crown in football. And Fisher's had a good season. They'll finish at 4-6, 4-1 in the conference. Caleb Walds with the first down. And Fisher has some playmakers coming back. They got some got a good coach and Coach Herbst, and so they'll be in good shape next year.
Well, and they can take with them. They've won four out of their last 5 games. Certainly had a better winning record, or a better record overall than last year. So again, something good to take into next season.
43 seconds to go. Evans introduces himself to Caleb Walds. Hello.
Kids are still playing hard with less than 30 seconds to go. That might be the last play, Jack.
A good season for both teams. Fisher again will finish 4-6 on the season, but 4-1 in the conference. Good for second place in the Mid-State League Cardinal Division. FCA will finish 5-0 in the conference, 7-3 overall. And this victory puts FCA in the playoffs for the second season in a row. FCA potentially will play at Shadyside next Saturday night. Looks like FCA and the computer points will be the 7th seed. They played Shadyside back in 2011, losing to Shadyside at a home game at New Lex by a score of 30-7. So the Mid-State Cardinal Division, the final standings: FCA 5-0, Fisher at 4-1, Harvest Prep at 3-2, Grove City Christian in their first year of the conference play at 2-3, Bern Union at 1-4, and Millersport at 0-5.
Well, congratulations to the Knights. They came in here tonight, Jack, with a great plan. They executed it. Their running game, as it is week after week, was just fantastic, and offensive line controlled the line of scrimmage, and a great win for that program.
Tell you, the players that had some key plays and for FCA would be Jacob Walker, had a great game tonight, as well as Ben Tobin. The defense played well. And for Fisher, who would you highlight as player or players of the game?
Well, you got to like Hayden Muckenstern, not just for the touchdown that he had on that punt, but defensively too. I think Josh Evans also played a very good game defensively. Jared Faulkner behind the center made some nice key plays. Being a young quarterback like he is, you like to see that in his last game going into next season.
Looks like we're going to have a interview or two for you after the game here as Andrew Gherkin is walking. Looks like he's got Jacob Walker with him, and
Jacob with over 200 yards rushing I've got unofficially for him tonight.
Coach Queen is being interviewed I think by the Eagle Gazette. I don't know if we're going to be able to get him or not, but Andrew Gherkin on the sideline with Jacob Walker. Andrew, we'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Jack. I'm here with player of the game, Jacob Walker. Jacob, how did it feel this game coming into it, all prepped and ready, both teams undefeated in the Mid-State, and you're coming out with the W, and on top of that, you're coming out with the Mid-State League title. What does that feel like?
It's a first, so I'm not really sure how to respond, but celebration is in there somewhere,
You guys all had a great game coming out, really strong start. You came up with a good lead. How did you feel after, coming up 20, 25, 28 points? What did that feel like? You just feel like ease or?
At the half, we went in and we realized that Fisher was a team that was going to play all 4 quarters. They had nothing to lose. We had nothing to lose. So we were going to come out the exact same tempo that we did the first half, and I think we did, obviously, and we prepared very well for it.
All right, well, thank you, Jacob. Great game to you guys. I'm going to go ahead and throw it back up to Jack Davidson.
Hey, and thank you, Andrew. It looks like Coach Queen is going to join us here momentarily. So we're going to stay on the air as winning coach B.J. Queen comes to the microphone with Andrew Gherkin, and I guess that's going to be it. So Coach Queen, congratulations to him. First season, finishing 7-3, 5-0 in the conference, and a trip to the playoffs. For the FCA media team of Andrew Gherkin, Sam Kandra, Harrison Poole, Tyler Hamill, Dane Alexander, Tyler Stevens, J.T. Burcham, Bob Campetti, this is Jack Davidson thanking you for watching the Mid-State League Game of the Week on LSN. For this time till next time, have a good night, everybody.